As a teacher, I've seen students that have been expelled or suspended for what often are things that we never witness with them as students, because if they're treated with respect, if students are treated with respect and dignity and some level of appreciation for who they are, they don't bring that into a school, right? But if a school is treating students as disrespectfully as many of the schools often do, then sometimes that gets built into a student, and if they were to speak out or act out, reacting to the way they're treated, that may lead to a suspension or expulsion. And then they come to us at an alternative school, and they're amazing. They completely show respect for themselves and the school and their education. The pushing of students out is criminal, right? So when a student comes to an alternative school, they've just had a few bumps in their life that maybe they had to get through, whether it was having a child or having to work late at night, or they have just got caught up in a fun social circle. And so to be given up on, to be pushed out of a school, to be labeled as a bad student and need to be expelled or suspended, it just really shows intolerance for what young people go through, and it's really a criminal act, because what that obviously leads to is not receiving an education, and they've already been given a very low quality education. So on top of having a low quality education and then being pushed out, oftentimes they're stuck. First of all, education has to change, because if the education is engaging and it's relevant and it's exciting and it's based on the lives of the students, you'll see much less students either acting out or showing any form of disrespect. So the first thing is you have to change what's happening in the classrooms, right? And oftentimes the curriculum is either very boring or irrelevant or useless to the lives of the students, right? So the first and foremost thing is to create a school where high quality social justice education is occurring, right? That's number one, right? Before you even look at discipline policies. On top of creating a high quality education, there has to be a high level of programs and activities for students to engage in. So if students have programs and activities that they love and they appreciate, then they're going to love and appreciate the school and their own education as well. The third thing is that there needs to be a commitment to more counseling and more adult mentoring. If there's more counseling and more adult mentoring in the school, then students know that there are people who support them and people who will get their back when they have something that they've fallen into in life that's a hardship, whether it's being homelessness. So if a child is homeless and just became homeless, if there's not a counselor or an adult to help support that situation, that child's going to be upset in school. And that child may be the one to speak out in a disrespectful way, and then get expelled. So now they're homeless and expelled, and in fact, they probably just needed an adult to catch their situation and begin to work with them, right? And if that happens, then I think that the student will show a greater respect, right? So the policies of suspending and expelling students really need to be wiped out, because they're completely inefficient and completely irrelevant to the situation that students face. They don't need to be suspended and expelled. They need to be cared for, they need to be supported, and they need to be educated with a relevant, exciting education.